Happy Friday. Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. It's Friday. It's a great Friday, man. It's Halloween. It's Friday night. We got the practice reports that we're going to go over today, and we're headed into the weekend, week number 9. Let's just start with the underdog player news that happened today. We had a lot of player news today, a lot to get to. If you guys do have questions, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, this is primarily just me reading off the Friday practice reports from today. We're going to start with Brian Thomas Jr. Shoulder not on the injury report, so that's a good sign. He was in a red non-contact jersey all week, and the fact that he's officially off the injury report, that is a really good sign. Of course, we'll get to it, but I think the first big news blurb of this morning was the Travis Hunter being placed on IR. He has a knee injury. They're saying he's out for the 4 games on IR, and then I did get a good note that it's not an ACL tear. The ACL is intact. We're awaiting more information from the Jags rookie wide receiver. So unfortunately, he was about to come back from the bye week and maybe be a startable fantasy asset, and now he's on the shelf. So hopefully not season ending. We'll find out more about that. I think maybe tonight, tomorrow, throughout the weekend, we'll see what happens. But Brian Thomas Jr., good to go. Dalton Schultz, also good to go. He missed a couple practices this week. He practiced today. He's a low-end tight end option if you need somebody there. Good news for Woody Marks, who popped up on the injury report yesterday with a calf injury. He is not on the injury report. He is good to go. And then it looks like Nico Collins and Christian Kirk are good to go this weekend. You're starting Nico Collins. You're starting Woody Marks as a running back too. I don't know if I'm going to trust Christian Kirk out there his first game back with the hamstring. They have a lot of other weapons that they like to use now. I'm probably going to pass on Christian Kirk this weekend. Marvin Mims has been ruled out. It's a tough assignment for the Broncos offense heading to Houston. Marvin Mims out. It's going to open up the door for Pat Bryant. So maybe worth looking at as a deeper ad, not necessarily a play. Cardinals news. Amari DiMercato limited in practice. He's on track to play this weekend, not that we care for fantasy, but Kyler Murray limited today. Reports were Jacoby Brissett was getting all the reps with the ones. So it's on track for Jacoby Brissett to get the start Monday Night Football. I'm sure we'll get some information on this tomorrow with their Saturday practice since they play on Monday. But right now, I switched my rankings to put Jacoby Brissett in as the starting quarterback and not Kyler Murray. So plan accordingly, please. Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, both going to play on Sunday. Raiders Max Crosby here, he will play as well. So good news for the Raiders. They're getting all their guys back. Here's the Travis Hunter ACL intact update. And then Brock Purdy not playing. Mac Jones is going to get a start, one more start at least. It sounds like Brock Purdy was able to practice fine this week, but they're saying Mac Jones gets one more game this weekend. They're heading to New York to play the Giants. Hopefully Mac can get them one more win before they hand it back over to Brock Purdy. They're saying Brock Purdy is questionable. Like he might be like active on game day here, but it looks like Mac's going to start. Ricky Pearsall ruled out. Tough one for the Seahawks. You know, they got Cooper Kupp listed here with a heel and a hamstring. Not sure if he's going to be going in this one. Devin Witherspoon also not on the injury report, so he's probably going to play, but we'll watch for Cooper Kupp reports this weekend. Ollie Gordon, ankle injury last night, considered day-to-day. It seems like he could have played had been a closer game and they needed him out there. Josh Downs will play, not on the injury report. Packers ruled out Dontavian Wick, so I think Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, and Matthew Golden are all flexes. I would be more open to Romeo Doubs as the first person I'd put on my team, and then maybe Christian Watson as the second guy. Pat Freiermuth off the injury report. He's good to go. J.J. McCarthy, same thing for him. He's going to be starting this weekend, and good news for the Chargers. Derwin James, not on the report. Hassan Haskins has been ruled out, though. Let me see. Rome Odunze and Cole Kmet both lifted off the injury report, so that's going to muddy the waters for Colston Loveland. If Cole Kmet's back, I don't really have a good feel for the Bears tight end, even though the Bengals are allowing the most fantasy points to the tight end position. We can't really start Kmet or Loveland unless you're in a deep situation. They did rule out Luther Burden, and then the big one today, DeAndre Swift ruled out. So I'm assuming Kyle Monangai was already added in your league at some point in the past week or two. But with DeAndre Swift officially out, and they also ruled out, I believe, Roschon Johnson in this one. Like, it's going to be all Kyle Monangai. He's going to get upwards of 20 touches in this game. And the Bengals, they're the worst team against opponent running backs. So we want to play Kyle Monunga. I think he's RB12 in my ranking. So find a way to get him in. Check your waivers too, just in case he fell through the cracks. Rico Dowdle will start and get the bulk of the carries. I have him as a mid to low end RB2 this weekend. It's a tough matchup against the Packers. But hey, if he gets 15 touches, it should be useful for us. Good news for the Falcons. Both Drake London and Michael Penix were lifted off the injury report. There's the Jacoby Brissett news update. Puka Nacua will play. We had anticipated that. Saints, Alvin Kamara, Rashid Shaheed are questionable, but they're trending in the right direction. We'll have to monitor this closer to game time on Sunday. I do feel good about both these guys playing, but not super excited about Saints right now. Isaiah Pacheco was ruled out. You can start Kareem Hunt as your running back too. Consider Brashard Smith as a deeper RB2 flex play. Calvin Ridley ruled out for the Titans. Ramondre Stevenson ruled out for the Patriots. He didn't practice all week, so we're going to be looking at hopefully TreVeyon Henderson as the lead back. They do like this Terrell Jennings guy, and then they went and got Dearness Johnson, and I think he might be active as well. So please, we need TreVeyon Henderson in our lineups as a running back too to perform finally. Trey Hendrickson's doubtful for the Bengals, so just more reason to start Bears players. Joe Flacco was able to practice again today. Questionable. He's more on the probable side, I would say. Xavier Legette was lifted off the injury report from the illness yesterday. He's good to go. Same as Bryce Young. Bryce Young not on the injury with that high ankle. He's good to go. And Jaden Daniels will play on, I believe is that Sunday night or Sunday afternoon? Looks like it is Sunday night, I think. I can't remember correctly. Josh Palmer ruled out. There's the Travis Hunter news. And then I think we are all caught up with the practice reports. I'll hit refresh here. And then I see my guy here, Jay, hit me up. Let's go. We need a flex since Hunter's out, half PPR, Mason Pollard, Franklin, Parker Washington. I believe that's Jauan Jennings and then Christian Watson. Yeah, man, happy Halloween. I did my best today. I wore my orange to work today. But this is a tough question, man. I think I'm not playing Mason or Pollard. Those two guys, the outlook for them is not great. They're both going to be in bad game scripts this weekend. I do like what Franklin's been doing the last couple games, but I don't love his matchup this week. So it's Parker Washington, Jauan Jennings, or Christian Watson for me. I'm not super excited about Christian Watson. They're playing in Lambeau, which is nice, but they're playing the Panthers, and the Panthers are pretty tough against opponent wide receivers. So this comes down to Jauan Jennings versus Parker Washington to me. Parker Washington had 10 targets in that last game. I think he's an exciting player, but my head says to play Jauan Jennings. You got Mac Jones throwing the ball out there. Jauan Jennings is the lead receiver for that team. I'm going to say Jauan Jennings would be my choice here. My second choice would probably be Parker Washington. Would you drop Golden for Watson or Parker Washington? Man, I usually don't like to drop rookie receivers, like especially a first-round talent like Matthew Golden. But Christian Watson just came back last week, and he looked really, really good. So I don't know if we're ever going to feel comfortable starting Matthew Golden, at least in the next near future here. So I'm probably okay with moving on from Golden for Watson or Parker Washington. I'm probably going to add Parker Washington over Christian Watson. That would be my choice. All right. Yeah. Monunga he's locked and loaded, man. He is a must start play. If I just pull up my rankings real quick here and show you what's going on. Brian Thomas Jr. over Monty, Marks, and Sharb. Yep. I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. I was working on my prop bets this morning when the Hunter news came out, and I had been hammering the Brian Thomas Jr. props before the injury. And now I believe they got him basically at 5 for 65. And then his touchdown odds look pretty good this week. So I'm playing Brian Thomas Jr. He did have a career game against the Raiders last year. So hopefully there's some confidence there heading to Las Vegas, and he can kind of start anew here. It's a new season, hopefully, for the Jags after the bye. And you can see I have Kyle Monunga here at RB12. And then I think Brian Thomas Jr. just missed my top 15. Yeah, I got BTJ here right at wide receiver 17 this week. So I do feel pretty optimistic about my guy, Brian Thomas Jr. But I pretty much just wanted to hop on here and read some of the player news for you guys today. I don't think we have anything left really to cover. It's going to be a huge injury report day for the Cardinals tomorrow. Kyler Murray listed limited. Jacoby Brissett appeared in the early portion of practice to be working with the first team. Another weird note, too, is they said Michael Carter, the running back for the Cardinals, was working with the first team before Bam Knight. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe add Michael Carter if you have room at the end of your roster and you just want to stash a running back real quick. So a lot of stuff going on today. Hopefully, Travis Hunter is going to be okay. But that's going to do it for me real quick, guys. I just wanted to hop on, share some Friday practice reports, and wish you happy Halloween. Good luck this weekend. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.